Hey guys, welcome back to the Nostalgic Neighborhood.
Middle, Dolly Track.
I love making BMX and skateboarding videos, but getting good action shots while filming solo is a real pain. Setting up a tripod takes up too much time, and who wants to lug one around when you're just trying to ride around and have fun anyway? And even if you do, the shots end up being static. It's tricky to get the framing just right, and most of the time you end up just riding in and out of the frame. Someone recently commented, do you ever actually ride your bikes or do you just talk about them? That's a fair question, but if you follow my content, you know that I do post riding shots. It's just that they're rare because filming them solo is such a huge challenge. If I'm lucky, I can bribe my wife into filming for me, but that's not always an option. And if she does, she can't exactly follow me while I ride. But that all changes today with the HOVERAir X1 PROMAX. This little thing has already made filming action shots a whole lot easier, and I know that a lot of my BMX and skate friends could benefit from this too. Unlike traditional drones, there's no controller needed, no phone connection required, no bulky gear to carry around. You just pull it out of your pocket here, you unfold it, you pick a flight mode, press the button, and then you just launch it from your hand. It's as easy as that. And the best part, you don't need anyone to control it. The built-in AI locks onto you and does all of the tracking automatically. No fumbling with remotes, no stopping to adjust settings, just press a button and it automatically follows you. I mean, come on. Whether I'm out riding at a new spot or just cruising around, I don't have to plan ahead or set anything up. It's always there right when I need it, ready to capture the action without taking me out of the moment. Now, I always try to keep it real on this channel. I don't do many brand collaborations, and I definitely don't promote stuff that I wouldn't actually use. So if this is starting to sound like an infomercial, hear me out. Getting good riding footage is a huge challenge for so many skaters and BMX riders that when I saw a solution, I wanted to check it out for myself. I actually reached out to HOVERAir to see if they'd send me a unit to try, and they agreed. This isn't a paid sponsorship, and I'm under no obligation to say anything positive. I'm sharing this because I genuinely think it could be a game changer for a lot of us who ride and create content. If I didn't believe it, I wouldn't be making this video. So let's break down why this thing is such a huge upgrade over other filming options. The HOVERAir X1 PROMAX is the first ever 8K flying camera. Most other drones max out at 4K, but this one films at 8K resolution, so you can crop in without losing detail. And at 4K with 120 frames per second, you can capture buttery smooth slow motion. And this thing is fast. Most small drones struggle to keep up with action sports, but the HOVERAir X1 PROMAX tracks at 26 miles per hour with bursts up to 37 miles per hour. So unless you're bombing down a super steep hill, you're not gonna outrun this thing on a skateboard or a bike. And it's not just about speed, it actually tracks smoothly, even through corners. One of my biggest concerns was, can it actually follow me through obstacles? It's got a feature called Omni-Terrain that allows it to fly through low light, over water, and even over cliffs. It has sensors and an AI to help it avoid crashing into things like trees. I sometimes can't get a ride in until later in the evening, and it's cool that this works so well at dusk. Okay, so no remote, no complicated setup, just unfold it, launch it, and let it do its thing. This drone has over 10 flight modes, but there are 7 key ones, with a few having variations that are optimized for different activities. Let's go through them real quick. Okay, so the first mode is hover mode. It acts like a floating tripod, keeping the shot steady while allowing for smooth panning. The next one is zoom out mode, and it's just like it sounds. The drone pulls back while it climbs to create an epic reveal shot. The next one is follow mode. It tracks from behind, keeping you centered while moving. Next up is orbit mode. It circles around you while maintaining focus, perfect for cinematic shots. Next up is bird's eye mode. It flies straight up while filming straight down. Next up, we've got sidetrack mode. It's one of my favorites for skateboarding and BMX. It follows you from the side while keeping the movement dynamic. Next up is dolly track. It flies backwards while filming you straight on. Yeah, this one is my favorite for sure. Next up is the dolly zoom mode. It creates a cinematic vertigo effect where the background shifts dramatically while keeping you the same size in frame. For action sports, 3 modes really stand out: follow mode, sidetrack mode, and dolly mode. Let's start off with follow mode. I'm gonna ride around this playground here and see how well it swerves around the equipment. Now let's try it on cycling mode and see if it tracks tighter. This is crazy. I was fully expecting to hit at least something as I went through there. Okay, and then we've got Dolly Track, and we're gonna switch it up a little bit here. I've got this polarizer skateboard, and we're gonna see how well it tracks me as I go down the hill here. And then we've got sidetrack mode, which I'm loving for BMX. A lot of times we want to show off a new build or highlight certain details. This lets me cruise down a paved trail and have the drone fly alongside me. It's so much better than setting up a tripod, riding past it, and hope you get a decent shot or two in frame. For solo creators like me, this is a game changer. It frees me up to actually ride without stressing about camera angles. Oh, and here's some flatland freestyle video of some of my friends riding last weekend. Flatland freestyle is unpredictable, and the drone actually got some cool shots. And oh yeah, here's a few technical things that you might find interesting. There's no FAA registration required because at under 250 grams, you can fly it legally without registering like you would have to with the larger drones. It delivers super smooth footage. It's got a 2-axis gimbal with electronic stabilization, so even when you're moving fast, your shots stay buttery smooth, no shaky, unusable clips. It's got full manual control, and while I'll mostly use the AI flight modes, you can connect your phone to it and then fly it like a traditional mode for more creative control. It's got noise-free audio for vlogging. If you record your audio through your phone, the app can actually remove the propeller noise so that you can hear yourself talking instead of that loud drone hum. It's super useful for vlogging. In the spirit of keeping it real, as much as I love this thing, it does have some drawbacks in certain situations. So let's talk about a few things that you should know before picking one up. First, the battery life, it's a little bit short. You get up to about 16 minutes per battery. And if you're actively using it to follow you around, that time goes by really fast. The good news is that you can swap batteries really quickly, and the PowerMax combo comes with 2 batteries. But if you're planning long filming sessions, you'll need to think through how to prioritize your shots, bring extra batteries, or consider purchasing the power case to recharge the drone between filming sessions. Second is audio sync issues with the noise cancellation. One of the really cool features of this drone is the ability to remove propeller noise when recording audio through your phone. It works incredibly well, but the processed audio can sometimes be slightly out of sync with your lips. The app actually warns that this can happen on certain phones, and it gives you suggestions on how to fix it using a tool like CapCut. And if you edit in a program like DaVinci Resolve like I do, it's super easy to manually adjust. And for me, this isn't a big deal since I'll mostly be using the drone for B-roll rather than talking to the camera. But if you plan to vlog while using the drone, just know that you may need to tweak the sync in post. And then third is framing on a bike or a skateboard. Most of the tracking modes are designed to keep your face centered in the frame, which is usually what you'd want. But when you're riding a bike or skateboard in dolly track or sidetrack mode, and you want your whole setup in the shot, it tends to cut off part of the frame, usually the bottom portion of the bike or the skateboard. The workaround here is really simple. Shoot in 8K at one of the wider distance settings and then crop in later for perfect framing. Not a huge deal, but something to keep in mind. So yeah, it's not perfect, but for what I need, a simple, portable, AI-powered drone that makes it insanely easy to film myself riding, this thing really delivers. I've never had a tool that lets me capture action shots like this without needing an extra camera person. If you make BMX or skateboarding content, or honestly any action sports content, or if you just want to get some really cool shots of your family on vacation, then this thing is a no-brainer. It's like having a personal cameraman that fits in your pocket. If you want to check out the HOVERAir X1 PROMAX, I've got links down in the description, and huge thanks to 00 Robotics for making this video possible. Let me know in the comments, would you use a drone like this to film your own riding footage? And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the Nostalgic Neighborhood for more BMX and skate content.